Hey, look at there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey everybody, it's Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap. Welcome to the Red State Update Podcast. Jackie and I have just watched 2 nights of Democratic debates.
And first thing we need to make sure that, for those some of you may not get on the Twitters or the book, Facebooks, all that stuff, I just want to let everyone know right off the bat, we have rescinded our endorsement of Tim Ryan. Just want to make that completely clear. I think you twittered a couple of times last night, but
last podcast we had a very important endorsement of Tim Ryan.
Yeah, and still
in a random draw.
Still would like to make clear, as awful as Tim Ryan is and was, performance was in the debate, still better president than what we got now, I'd say.
I mean, I think he would still be, if Tim Ryan were president, running down the Democrats.
Well, yeah.
He'd be banging his head on door jams and going, these Democrats want to take and I'm a union guy with that do.
Yeah.
I had a kielbasa and a thing a do.
Yeah. Still.
Ow!
All of that you described better than, well, probably wouldn't cage any children or call, say black people aren't human beings. I'm assuming he probably wouldn't do either of those things.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to say 30% sure.
All right.
He did tell Bernie Sanders to stop yelling.
But that's what he does. I don't even go tell.
And
Bernie
they're selling
Sanders.
like T-shirts like that, like saying, Tim Ryan says stop yelling.
Just shut up, old man. Is that what he said?
If he said shut up, old man, that might have even been a little better.
When was it that we decided to rescind his...
When he started talking, like the first time he started talking.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, when it
was about 10 minutes in. They put it off as long as they could, and they said, Congressman or whatever you are, Ryan. And he was like, do.
That was it for us, yeah. I guess we're going to have another drawing at some point. Yeah. But for now, I guess we're open.
Here's what it is. It's like they took the trailer for The Irishman and de-aged it and then put it in a Frankenstein body. That's what Tim Ryan is.
What?
Well, he likes to talk, don't he?
Well, I don't want to have to hear him anymore, and luckily, unfortunately, probably will not have to. So,
can we rescind his endorsement just one more time? Because I want to make sure that everybody
absolutely
knows.
Sure. Somebody might just be listening now.
Red State Update hereby rescinds our endorsement of Congressperson Tim Ryan.
Yeah, that's over with. Somebody else we definitely, thankfully, never endorsed and never will from the first debate that was a lot of fun to look at was, not fun. Delaney, what is his name?
John Delaney.
Delaney, yeah.
I don't know how many times I have to say it on this podcast. America will never elect a bald president unless possibly they're super, super racist.
Which he is not, thankfully, for a couple of reasons. One, you should not be, and two, that he should not be president.
So Delaney is pretty sure he's done. Elizabeth Warren.
She did, pretty much one swift little blow there, and that was the end of that. Hey, I guess the only place that would let him talk this morning after the debate was Fox and Friends. I heard I didn't watch him on there.
I didn't watch it either. I heard they thought he was the guy who does the voice for Piglet, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, he was on there still complaining about Elizabeth Warren. Let me tell you about his political career from here on out. It's going to be him going whoever will listen to him complain about Elizabeth Warren. That's pretty much all he's got to go for.
And he'll probably start it off going, well, my friend Elizabeth Warren is just wrong here where it comes to that Montana governor who was supposed to be that. This is who the Democrats need to have on that first debate stage. Yeah. Swalwell was on there. He was talking about guns. He was a one-issue candidate, supposedly. Although he had opinions on other things. They always do.
Yeah.
So he dropped out, and then that made room for Montana Governor Steve Bullock, who
we'll be making room for whoever next debate.
I mean, he seems like the guy who runs like some sort of business that's attached to the oil industry, but it's not really, or like it does less than that. Like maybe that he employs like some scientists and like some former football players. And it's like real weird. It seems like a security team or supervillains. It's sort of like Mysterio's team and Spider-Man. And he pretends to love cooking out and he invites everybody over so he can introduce them to his blonde wives and daughters. But he hates being outside. He rolls his shirt sleeves up. Does that track it all for you?
I guess either way, we won't be hearing from him again. More likely.
He's gone.
He's gone. Yeah, pretty much all from the first one. Yeah, pretty much just everybody, including CNN, just coming at Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren. Pretty much from every end except for the lady Williams,
Marianne Williamson.
Yeah, she.
I swear to God, people, do not make her president.
Don't do that. Don't do it. Sure, she said some things that that's good. But she says a lot of other things, too, other places that don't make any sense.
Listen, she is the kind of person who thinks you can pray away cancer, but she doesn't believe in regular Jesus.
That don't make a bit of sense to me.
Like, I get it. If you're in some inbred-ass family in the middle of a holler and shoes are at a minimum and there's people they're dragging you to some clapboard church in the middle of some raggedy-ass field just for some entertainment, just to see some people that you're not related to and or fucking.
Hey.
And you get in there, and everybody's sick. Everyone's cells are just rotten. And all you can do is sing to some busted-out piano and pray to some god that you hope with all your might is up there, waiting to take you in when that poor, riddled with disease and infection body of yours gives out. And that preacher says, don't give up yet. We're going to pray that cancer away, dude. Lay hands on you. At least those people have an excuse.
Yeah.
This woman has expensive furniture. She doesn't even, I don't know what kind of, I guess she believes in like a Jesus, but with like a crystal face. It's like a crystal with a beard on it.
All right, I don't like any of that at all. No.
Like she swallows a smooth stone every night, and her intestines are just full of smooth stones.
What?
I just don't. I guess the point is to make money. I guess she's making money. I guess that's why she's making money.
Well, she writes books and poems and things.
I guess she writes books and poems, and she tells
get a
people,
few out of that. Yeah, she'll do
you know,
all right.
be nicer and you won't be fat. Believe harder, and you buy more smooth stones and put them in your butt or whatever, and you won't be
in your butt.
Something about Jesus, like crystal Jesus, and
all right, I've heard
just
about
real
that.
rough. It's not, but you know what? If you are a grifter. And you see that Donald Trump is making money grifting, and then he grifts his way into the White House. I bet there's a lot of grifters out there going, oh, that's the next level. What's the next level? Oh, that's it.
He's inspired many, many people out there.
And so she says, okay, now there's a lot of grifters are going to be like, oh, I did just double down on the racism. I'm going to go have a semi-coherent take on reparations. That is pro-reparations. And then I'm going to mention love, which does not get mentioned that much.
No.
And then I'm going to make $1 bajillion. I'm going to open up a Crystal Jesus hotel.
All right.
Where Saudi Arabia can stay.
I don't like any of that.
So she did great. And she's probably going to keep Cory Booker off the September debate.
Well, that one pretty much, it was her doing whatever it was she does, and then you got Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. That's it. There ain't nothing else to talk about except for how everybody tried. They were left standing at the end of it. Everybody trying to draw blood, and they was the only one left up. So including CNN. Well, the Bernie Sanders hollered at them, right? Why you Trump talking points or whatever like that? He hollered something at him or whatever. Of course, he hollered through the whole damn thing.
I liked it. If you had told me I'd have this much affection for Bernie Sanders at this point in the year of our Lord, who said that? Kamala Harris? In the year of our Lord, 2019, I would have said, you're full of shit.
Well, yeah, I would have said the same thing, but surprisingly, you put him up there with all of those people, he seemed great.
Jackie, you are the kind of person that they thought that a Montana Steve Bullock is supposed to appeal to, someone who hates Donald Trump.
No, didn't work for me.
Former conservative.
No.
Former Republican. Conservative values. The South. Middle America. The Midwest. Rural-ish.
No. He didn't come off that way to me, no.
But now when you hear Bernie Sanders, when you hear Elizabeth Warren, who in the past, I'm pretty sure we would have just gone straight to communist when describing him. Both of them.
Absolutely, yeah.
When you hear them talking, you're just like, okay, bring it on. I want the opposite of Trump, and that's what these two are.
I want somebody worked up, upset at Trump, and screaming about it. And that's what they was doing as far as I was concerned. And the other people are spending time screaming at them. That's what we got to worry about is I want somebody as mad as hell like I am, wanting him the hell out of the White House. That's what I'm looking for. I want to see, out of all of them, the 2 nights, which one do I want to see up there on stage with Trump is Elizabeth Warren, because she's a school teacher. She's going to treat him like a little boy who keeps acting up in class. That's what I'd like to see that. I want to see that. Don't know if I'm going to, but we'll see.
It might be sexist to keep referring to her as a school teacher, but I would like to see her paddle him.
What? I don't know.
I'd like, not in a sexual way, just in like I would like to see her make him bend over and her get out one of them big old paddles from back in the day.
Big holes in it, yeah.
But yeah, with the holes drilled in it. We took it down to shop class.
Yeah.
I don't think you should be using these in school.
No, not anymore. No,
not after what happened to me in 7th grade.
She's 70 years old, so Lord knows she's had a hand on a couple of those, I bet.
But I would like to see, what does that mean?
Well, they'll whipping. If she's a school teacher for how many years or however long, she's had to paddle somebody, right?
I just want to see it smack his ass and him cry.
Yeah. Oh, he'd cry. He'd cry. He'd cry soon. He'd be one of those cries as soon as they bring a paddle out of the drawer. As soon as he saw it.
When they'd paddle people, there'd be some of them old boys, and you go like, every one of them deserves it.
Yep.
Maybe it's not true. Maybe it fucked him up. Don't at me.
I don't know, man.
Just let me go down this paddle road. I want to take my horse to the old paddle road.
Make it clear, nobody should be paddled except for the President of the United States. Let's make that clear right now. Yeah, we're not talking about children, yeah.
So some of these old boys, every one of them deserves it, and some of them laugh, and they stick their bony-ass bully butts in the air. Shop teacher rears back, swacks them, they just laugh. Shop teacher gives up. That's all that's going to happen with Randy. And then there's that one, the worst one, and he gets up there, and he's crying already, and the shop teacher rears back, slaps him again. We're describing abuse. We're describing abuse, and no one should advocate violence against anyone, especially against the President of the United States of America. Okay, so Pete Buttigieg, he talked about the Bible.
He's the only one, a Democrat, they let talk about the Bible because, he's a gay man, so he can get away with it. Anybody else does it, people raise holy hell. But good for him. I'm glad somebody's talking about the Bible. He said the best thing, one of the best things the whole night, telling every Republican what's going to be written out beside the name years from now. What their legacy going to be. He at least, I'm glad he said that because I say it every day. Mitt Romney, all of you going to be remembered for living in these times and just being compliant with ignorant bigotry, every single last one of you. And that's how you're going to be remembered. Now, if you all your constituents ignorant, racist, then you don't give a damn one way or the other about that. But some of them, I'm going to tell you, they going to care. And if somehow we manage to beat them in the next election, if Russia messes up, their computers don't work, they can't steal it. If you're going to wait and see all these people backing him. If they manage to stay in office, they're going to be backtracking like crazy, and I'm going to be mad as hell watching it. I'll be happy that the president's out of office, that president, excuse my language, is gone. But I'm going to get mad as hell, every one of them saying, well, I never really thought that, blah, blah, blah. Because we're going to see that if we manage to get him out of office, which I don't know now if that Radcliffe guy coming in, taking care of Coach, that's pretty much last line of defense. So I don't know what's going to happen.
You think Radcliffe's in for sure?
Who knows? If it's up to me, McConnell, if the Senate's going, if it's up to them to vote him in, probably so. They don't give a damn. Look who's in charge of the education system, for goodness sakes. Look who's in charge. Look, why not him? He seems entirely inept to the job, so he fits the description of everybody else that's been appointed. Besides Barr, who had experience, but we didn't, come to find out he's just a crook. Rest of them all, hell, half of positions ain't even filled. You got some idiot that ain't ever done nothing to say,
They can't find people bad enough to fill the job.
Yeah.
On Bizarro World, me am worst candidate. You am fired.
Well, Radcliffe is exceptional as far as being unqualified. More and more stuff's coming out that he's a liar and stuff, so it just looks like he's fitting the bill every day, so I don't see why he wouldn't be in there.
Speaking of fitting the bill, Pete Buttigieg, future vice president.
He made for be vice president. Look at him. He's just built for it, yeah.
He talked about the Bible. He sang a chorus of Jesus loves the little children.
What?
Like me. He did talk about being young a lot. He did bring that up about 800. Sure. Very slyly, very subtly, but everything he said.
Well, he is.
He is young.
He is.
I mean, not younger than me.
It works against Bernie Sanders. That's what Elizabeth Warren don't seem like she's 70 years old to me. She got a lot of energy for someone. I'm up there in age too, and I ain't got that kind of energy. But I don't ever. Bernie Sanders seems old because of the way he waves his hand, the way he talks sometimes. But she don't ever seem to be as old as she is, or as some people say you shouldn't be, or whatever. On and on. Shouldn't be. I'm tired of 70-year-olds. Well, if you are, she just seems like she don't fit that description to me, even though she is 70 years old.
Every time I see Bernie Sanders wave his hand like that, it just reminds me when that afternoon I was a waiter at Shoney's on Sunday afternoon, just free refills on the sweet tea.
Oh, yeah.
People get out of church just waving you down. You can't even walk across the goddamn.
You ain't going to make it to the end of your section without going back and filling that picture up 4 or 5 times.
And then they're all lining up for the bathroom. Why was Beto O'Rourke not in these debates?
I don't know. Did he just get tired of running? I'm not sure what it is. Oh, wait, no, he was there. He was there last night.
Have I just forgot what he looks like?
Tall.
Oh, yeah. Like a Frankenstein made out of tennis instructors and bosses' kids. It's one of our tweets from last night. I'm just going through them right now.
Yeah, sure. Well, what'd you think of the one tonight?
Well, it was not as much fun.
Nope.
It seemed.
And as awful as John Delaney is, it's fun to watch people make a fool of him. You know what I mean? It was awful that they kept calling him, but we didn't really have a nobody filled that role. For everybody, they tried to pick on Joe Biden, but he
I don't think, listen, this is oldest. It's ageist. I don't know how great Joe Biden looks. I'm just throwing this at you now, Jackie. We didn't talk about this earlier, but
he never. I
think Bernie looks better.
He
than
does.
Joe Biden.
Bernie got more energy, and it seems to be on point. Whether you agree with what he says or not, he says it, and managed to get through the sentences. It doesn't stammer too much.
And also, he knows what he's supposed to say because it's basically this same thing over and over again. And people love it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to defend as much because I'm pretty sure for like the first 20, 30 years, what did he do? Like being mayor wherever he was, it was like half crossing guard, right? Like that's part of what he had to do.
I think so, yeah.
And then he had to teach swimming to senior citizens, and then there was folk music class. I'm not really sure. In the summer, they picked berries. Get all the twigs out.
Now, he's older than Joe Biden, too.
He's older than Joe Biden. A year older
than him, I think, or what?
No, this feels bad to say. It feels like you're saying something wrong, but these people are running for president of the United States of America.
Sure. People said it about McCain a whole lot, That's all anybody said about him, how old he was. Of course, he picked the, worst running mate you could. I liked her at the time, but in hindsight, it probably wouldn't have been a good idea. Where's she at? Where's Sarah Palin at? You ever hear about her anymore?
I don't know. Maybe she's on after Huckabee.
Well, I'm sure she'd be good on there.
You'd have a lot to answer for if you were running for Democrat president.
You would be.
They'd just be watching YouTube all day. Holding their phones up to the TV, recording sound bites. But de Blasio would not get off your dick. I promise you that.
I guess nobody did real bad, nobody did real good on this debate.
Who was your favorite?
I tell you right now who did real good. That's right, I did have a favorite. That's Julian Castro.
Why did he do that made you?
He said we need to impeach the president right now. I don't know why we're sitting around with our thumbs in the rear ends. Let's do it. I mean, he didn't use that precisely. He might as well could have.
You like anybody that says they're going to impeach the president.
Well, no, it made sense. He said to it. People say it all the time, but he's one that made sense because he laid it out exactly what's going to happen, whether we do or we don't. If we start impeachment proceedings, then the president ain't going to be able to say, see, they never did it because they never had anything, and on and on. I mean, he's going to mouth off the Democrats. He's going to get on to them for not doing impeachment or not starting impeachment proceedings. He's going to jump all over you if you don't do it. He's going to jump all over you if you do it. Don't make a damn bit of difference. But, of course, Mitch McConnell going to make sure that they don't impeach it, but then the Democrats turn around. He said it. I don't have to say it again.
He said it better.
He did say it much better. That's the reason I ain't running for president.
I tell you what, though, if Trump himself come out on stage and said we need to impeach Trump, you'd be like, this Trump fella's starting to make a lot of sense.
Well, maybe a little bit, yeah.
Kamala Harris didn't have as good a night as she did the other night when she attacked Joe Biden. Everybody loved it.
Well, everybody's attacking her this time. They saw her get him, and they, now we got to go after Joe and her, and that's it. But they didn't handle themselves as good as Bernie and Harris. Warren did, not before. But yeah, Harris. First off, the whole first beginning was boring. Everybody gonna tell how we're gonna get health care. It went on and on and on. None of it made any sense. Got tired of hearing about it, and what happened that broke that up? Because that went on for way too long.
I think finally they just moved off the subject.
Yeah.
Everybody had a plan. They're arguing about their plan. I guess Trump is also supposedly looking for some kind of health care plan that he can claim as his own.
Yeah.
I guess he wants to pretend that he cares about health care.
Yeah.
But maybe after he watched the first part of this debate, he'll be like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't talk about this.
Skip that, yeah.
We do need, I think people just want health care.
Well, yeah.
I guess it's important to talk
about
how we're going to do it.
But I mean, just say, it seemed like Sanders and Warren said plenty about health care, and it was like, okay, all right, and everybody here just, I'm going to do this. It's going to cost this much. No, it's not. It's going to cost that much. Well, how much is yours going to cost? On and on and on. I understand that's important to talk about, but
Seems like there could be 2 or 3 bills. I know it's early. The election's not for 6 years?
Oh, yeah.
But I think if people I feel like we could narrow this down. Like, why does Kamala Harris have to have a health? Why can't she just be like, 6 of us have the same one. I think I'm better than them on the other stuff.
Trump got to be president by saying repeatedly, other than Mexicans are rapists, saying repeatedly, I'm going to give y'all the best health care that ever was. That would end. Nobody asked him for his plan. Nobody ever said one word. That's what he said everywhere he went. Everybody, when I'm president, everybody's going to have health care. It's good enough for me. So why can't Democrats just do that too?
Really, they should take. No. Listen, no. Okay. I'm going to say what I was about to say, and then I'm going to refute it. I was about to say we should take a page from Trump's playbook.
No.
And instead of spending 30 minutes getting into the weeds, fighting about health care, and people going, well, I guess they don't know how to give us health care. Trump says he knows. They should go, when they say, well, what's your plan? They say, it's going to be the best plan. I got the best plan. Is it on your website? Not in so many words. But it's going to be the best plan. You wait and see. See, people didn't question Trump.
Not
because they're
once.
like, well, I can't keep talking to this. But if Joe Biden, of course, everybody's going to jump on Joe Biden because we expect somebody to come up with a health care plan. It's not going to be the president.
No.
But we don't want to take pages out of Trump's book.
No.
Because it's a bad book.
It's a terrible book.
That book is ruined. I don't want to tell people to lie and never give the country health care.
I guess the point I'm trying to make, when Sanders starts saying universal health care and here's how we're going to do it, and people go, oh, you crazy, Delaney, whoever else, Republicans, every Republican, socialism, on and on and on. How is that any crazier than every one of you is going to get? I mean, how? That's too far-fetched. There's no way. Well, nobody questioned Trump when he just said, I'm going to give everybody help. End of story. That's it. Done.
And I guess how is saying, I'm going to give everybody health care, Bernie Sanders saying we're going to pay, it's all going to wash out. It'll all come out in the wash. The taxes, you don't have to pay for it yourself. It's going to be great. Like, how is giving everybody health care make less sense than not giving everybody health care? Because that also seems like just people getting sick, not being able to go to the hospital. That's what's actually happening now.
Yeah, that's what happened
That
now.
plan also doesn't make any sense. I know you want to offend Obamacare if you're Joe Biden. It seems like everybody was pretty happy with those two commies in the middle of the stage last night.
Pretty much.
I liked when Joe Biden came out and talked to Trump specifically.
He had a good opening, a good start there, right out the gate. And I went, well, maybe old Joe's going to pull something
That's
together.
what he was
here.
saying to himself. Yeah, old Joe's going to pull something together here.
Yeah.
He checked his watch. He's like, oh, shit, it's nap time.
And it was over, yeah. Well, the reason the two commies anybody's talking about them, because they're the only two that did any good the past couple of nights that I can think of. Sure, Cory Booker's fine. Sure, I mean, it's not that everybody was awful tonight. Everybody was just kind of,
Cory Booker, everybody did pretty good.
Yeah,
Cory Booker,
as far as what they were trying to come across, yeah, for the most
Cory
part.
Booker seemed like he belonged up there.
Yeah.
Julian Castro seemed like he belonged up there. Both of those guys need to be in the final debates, and they probably will be.
Even Gabbard, who I don't necessarily think needs to be up there. She seemed like she should have been up there tonight. That's,
Everybody made you, fooled you into thinking they deserve to be up there, even the ones who don't.
Yeah.
Michael Bennet, I guess he was supposed to be the Delaney, but with minoxidil.
That's unfair to, Bennett is much better than Delaney. Yeah.
Can you imagine how much worse Delaney would be if he had Bennett's voice?
Or hair.
If he was up there being bald. Oh, yeah, or if he had a wig that looked like Bennett's. And he was like, well, I don't think Elizabeth Warren knows what she's talking about.
Thank goodness he's gone. Fox and friends, you can have him. Keep Delaney. They're
not going to keep a bald guy. Trump be on the phone. Get Baldy off.
He's already mad at Fox. They need to be careful with him. He's mad as hell at them.
Having a bald Democrat on the Fox and Friends couch with Trump watching, you're flirting with disaster.
Well, they'd already tried it once this morning. If you want to stay on the air, you're on thin ice with Trump right now. So watch it. Well, Trump, enough about the debates, right? I'll draw another name out of the thing later on. We'll figure out what the hell
who's he going to be?
I don't know. Here, it's sitting right here. Look, let me just reach in
pull
here.
one, and I'll tell you.
The debates are over, so I ain't got to separate all of them. Let's see who it is. We got, well, hell.
Who is it?
Bernie Sanders.
Give me that.
Tear it up. You throw it. Never mind.
So Trump said that he was a 9/11 first responder. No. He said
he was there.
I don't want to say that.
I don't want to say that I'm a 9/11 responder, but I was there and I was,
responding first.
Yeah. So, but I wouldn't call myself. But why? That would be the end of anybody else. That'd be the end. Like, how dare he? What can I mean? Just. Of course, the actual 9/11 responders there wasn't going to pay much attention to it because they just amazed that Mitch McConnell actually brought it to the damn floor. Finally, he can say whatever he wants to. Sure, give him a fire helmet, whatever, just fine. As long as we got some money to take care of ourselves, that's fine.
If somebody had given Donald Trump a fire helmet in 2015, we would not be in this mess right now.
No,
he'd still be running around parking lot going vroom vroom wee.
Just
peeing on bushes, saying, my hose. Of
course, nobody on Fox hears about him doing this. That's the main people that like him aren't going to hear that he said that, first and foremost. But anybody, how you could be on the fence with him in any shape or form, any which way, I don't know. But just to wouldn't that just give you pause for a minute? I hate communists. I do not want them. But really? He said he what? What did he say?
All these people were talking about, is Joe missing a step? Bernie Sanders is 96 years old. Elizabeth Warren, they're old. These oldies. They are. Trump is saying he's lying. Just out and out lying. Just brag lying, which
in front of the people who were actually there. Saying I was there with you. I wouldn't say I did what you did, but I did
remember
something. Yep.
You applauding me for doing it better than you. It's nuts. It's nuts. Sometimes I feel like maybe instead of impeaching him, instead of going after him for all these things he's done wrong, I mean, terrible, horrible crimes against women, racism, constant racism now. I guess that's
just what it is.
We've all just figured out. We've all just kind of, they're not fighting it anymore. Just, yes, he's running on racism things. He's a racist. It's all about racism.
That's all he's got.
Wisconsin, whatever. He just got more racist in Wisconsin. Jobs, sure. The people who don't have jobs, he got the racist ones to vote for him. So, but instead, what if we just picked this? What if we just picked the one thing? Just really focused on. We're going to do one thing, and we're going to do it good.
No one on the panel, and I don't know, it may not happen by the time of the first debate, but the other night, I think it did, though. Every one of them should have brought it up. Just while I got your attention, did anybody happen to hear that the president said he was down at 9/11 with first responders? Did anybody hear that? Was that just me?
That first beam that I picked up with my bare hands was so hot. A guy came running up to me. He said, "Sir," I said, "I'm kind of busy here. Pardon me, but I'm kind of busy here. I want you to have my fireman gloves." I said, "Fireman gloves. Okay, you know what? I don't need them." And then I threw the beam into the pile with the other beams. And then he threw his gloves on the pile with the beams. And then all the firemen took off their gloves. And they said, "Sir, you've inspired us to go barehanded." And that's the story of barehanded 9/11.
Hey there, everybody. This is still Jackie Bros. I'm on here.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap. Thank you for listening to the Red State Update podcast. There's a lot going on in this cruel, cruel world. We appreciate you taking some of the time you could use to heal and spending it with us.
We also want to thank all of you that go over to our Patreon page. If you give us $1, we sure do appreciate it. If you give us $5 more a month, then you're going to get a whole extra podcast here with both of us. It's 20 extra minutes with me and him, Jackie Dunlap.
And let me tell you, it's always 20 extra minutes. Maybe one time it was like 1958.
Maybe. But yeah, that's as close as it's ever got. Sometimes it goes over that.
Sometimes it gets way too long.
Yeah. You're like, I've already heard a whole damn hour of you. I just want 20 minutes more and no more, no less. Right there at it.
Sometimes it's so long, people say, do I owe y'all more money? And we say, no. This is consider it a gift.
That's right. Yeah. A little extra just for you.
Or if you don't pay us anything, it's all a gift. Except for the 20 extra minutes, unless you have somebody who hacks into it for you.
Yeah.
And times are hard. I don't begrudge it.
I don't begrudge anybody. If you ain't got extra $5 to give out us, that's fine. I totally understand.
Pretty sure Patreon says don't call it charity, but let's admit it's a charity. It's a form of charity.
Well, it sure does help us keep the lights on, and we appreciate everybody help us with computer stuff and help us make sure everything's up running. So we do appreciate it. Also know that $5, $1, however much you want to give. Some people give more than $5. I can't believe that, but bless their hearts. That also goes to support Redneck Matinee, which is another one of these that we do, where we discuss our favorite Southern movies, or just Southern movies that we know about and everybody knows about, and hopefully we'll be getting to some that you don't know about. We'll be bringing, opening your eyes to this or that, but just movies from the South, mostly Southern culture movies.
What would that be?
I don't know.
Like we just discovered a movie that we made one that nobody had heard of before.
No, we didn't make one.
Or we're watching what was that cartoon? Buford and the Ghost Chasers? Was that one? Like an old cartoon?
What is it?
Were they Southern on that?
I don't know, but either way, there's movies that you know about and maybe some that you don't. There's a few more new ones coming here pretty soon. Hopefully, the next month, you're going to get 3 brand new ones.
Daddy and Them, nobody watched that. It's got Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton. That's got old Ernest in it.
Everybody in it.
Jim Varney's in that.
It's got Jim Varney. It's got Andy Griffith. It's basically everybody we talk about.
Yeah. Everybody should know about it. How good is it, though?
I don't remember it being very good.
Yeah, but,
I remember it actually being not good.
Oh, that's a shame.
Time changes lots of different things.
It's been so long since I've seen it, yeah. I remembered all the Ernest movies being good, and now I'm looking back, it may just be about 1.5. Time does change a lot.
I know of 2 different Ernest movie podcasts. Are we going to get in on that action?
I would have to talk about one at some point, I think. I mean, you got to cover if you're going to cover the basics, Right now, we're still back in the 70s and 60s, right? Well, have we got 60s yet? I don't know if we got in the 60s. No. 70s.
Everything's 70s.
Early 80s. Well, soon to be. Coming soon.
So that's Redneck Matinee. Go over there, check that out. Also, there's a podcast called 100 Ways to Love a Cat.
That's not currently...
it's not in production right now.
But you can go listen to the old ones, and we're affiliated with that.
We're affiliated.
Just affiliated. That's when we're affiliated. So that's 3 regular ones. If you give $5 more, get a whole extra 20-minute one just for our $5 pageant. And we can't thank you enough. But we also need our local sponsors to help us keep up and running. And this is the section of the show where we have to get our $25, earn it, I should say, with local sponsors here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. If you're a local, if you live here, you're going to hear about some deals. You're going to hear about some places to eat. You're going to hear about some wonderful products. If you're just driving through, now you might know where to stop off, might know what to check out. So this is our local sponsor section, and I tell you what, I got a good sponsor this week. I'm proud to have him on here. Got $25, and I tell you what, if you ain't been down there to see it yet, you need to get on down there and see it. It's the Birds of Christmas exhibit at the Hollyhock Civic Center. What is it? The Hollyhock?
The Hollyhock Gallery?
Gallery. At the Birds of Christmas exhibit at the Hollyhock Gallery.
Wait. The Birds of Christmas exhibit?
Yeah, now in his 35th week.
Oh.
Get down there. It's something else.
I thought I missed it.
Every Christmas bird of every shape and size, all the finest ones. No, get down there. You ain't missed it yet. You need to get down there if you ain't been to it yet. The Birds of Christmas exhibit at the Hollyhock. It's a gallery. That's what it is. Now in its 35th week. It's something else. I'm telling you what. You need to get down there and see it.
Wait, do they have pelicans?
They got all kinds. I didn't count all the different kinds, but they got everywhere. And also, let me make this clear. People, I know some people are allergic to feathers. Is that what it is? Or some people can't be around birds or whatever. All these birds are dead. They're stuffed. It's exhibit. They ain't alive. Ain't no squawk. That's the thing about birds. If you get a bunch of birds in one place, that's squawking, and that just wears me out. I can't.
Can you feed the birds?
You can pretend to do it, yeah.
Can I pet them?
Well, I think there's 2 or 3 that they'll let you touch, but I mean, yeah, they're, stuffed, whatever. They still exotic. And
how do they keep them from escaping?
What do you mean, how they keep? Some of them they still have in a cage just for the illusion of it being a real bird, and then others are just, out like perched on a dresser drawer or whatever. It's really quite something. Like I said, all the finest birds of Christmas, all shapes and sizes.
None of them are alive?
No.
Were they alive at Christmas?
And
I missed it?
No. I don't know when these birds passed away and when some of them didn't. That may be something you can ask who runs a gallery. What do you call them? What do you call that person that runs it?
The gallery master?
The gallery. You can ask the local gallery master there at Hollyhock Gallery. When each bird became deceased, feel free to do that. I don't see a problem with that. They should have that information. If they don't, it probably shouldn't be the gallery master, I don't think. But yeah, it doesn't make sense. You couldn't have this kind of exhibit with live birds. You just couldn't do it. There'd be too many of them, be too loud, be a mess. Somebody have to change that to, all the.
Did they put these
cages.
Birds down for the exhibit?
That's another question you should save for the gallery master at the Hollyhock Gallery. I'm sure they would be able to answer that more thoroughly than I can, because I honestly don't know.
Are they dressed up in their Christmas finery?
Some are. Some of these birds they don't need to be. They already Christmassy just regular wise.
How would you've been to this exhibit?
I walked through it, yeah.
How would you describe the Christmasness of these birds?
Oh, well, first it's
Are they all Christmas?
No, some birds are, and again, I walked through it. I didn't spend a whole lot of time. I had to go down there and get $25. I just kind of went in, got out, and saw it on both sides of me. Some of the birds are like in a winter kind of environment or whatever, like that, has like fake snow around it.
Like an igloo.
But it's like birds from around the world.
Penguin.
It's birds from around, penguin, yeah. But that's not really a Christmas bird. I mean,
snow?
Partridge pear tree, that's a Christmas bird, I think. But they do have penguins. They do have all these exotic different kinds. In some ways, it shows how the birds from around the world celebrate Christmas or not hibernate. What do? They fly south or whatever. But
lay eggs.
You learn nest building. You learn a lot of things. A lot of fascinating.
Is it religious?
Well, it's Christmas, so I mean.
But I mean, are there birds in church? Pictures of bird Jesus?
No.
Is there a stable? Is there a manger?
Maybe. I went in and I got my $25, and I got.
Let me ask you. I didn't want to press you on this, but it sounds like a great exhibit, and I heard about it.
Oh, it is. And if I'd had more time, I would have probably.
Where were you going? Huh? You were already there. What were you in such a hurry
I had to go through to the back. They took me in the back to the office to get the $25 out of the little metal box, whatever they had, and then I had to go.
Why did you have to go? It's a Birds of Christmas exhibit.
When I have more time, I'll go down there and I'll enjoy it. But right now, I'm doing this. I had to get home, Miss Bro. I had a lot of things to do. It was what I saw looked wonderful. Just walking through it. I couldn't look, I didn't have time to look at it all. I had to get back there and get out. But I got the $25, and I suggest if you do have some time, spend a little bit down there. It's a Birds of Christmas exhibit.
I missed it. I was sure I missed it.
No, it's your 35th week. It's still going.
At this point, should I just not wait until Christmas rolls around again?
Well, it's there. If you got some free time, go down there and look. It don't matter whether it's Christmas or not.
Do you think they'll hold it over till Christmas again? I mean, it's done August.
At this point, I don't see why they wouldn't, to be honest with you.
Sometimes these galleries have shows coming in after.
Look, I ain't speaking on behalf of them. I know it's open on the weekends, and I know it's open. I think it's open from like 8 to 5 during the week, and on the weekends it's open to 7.
I mean, I got to see Shaw and Hobbs a few times, so I don't know if it may be a couple weeks before I can get down there.
Well, it'll be, like you said, at this point, and again, I can't speak for them, or I can't speak to the Hollyhock gallery. It may be moving to another place when Christmas comes around. I don't know.
Maybe I could do what you did, just kind of run through it real fast, not look at nothing, just to say.
Well, no, I looked at stuff. Some stuff you can't help but look at. Like, what the hell? It gets you attention.
What was that?
It was a bird of some kind. I don't, jangle bird or something. I don't know.
Sometimes people spend a lot of time describing something. You're like, yeah, that sounds great. But what you just did, I call that theater of the mind, where you don't really say nothing, but you're like, what in the hell is that? That makes me want to go see it even more.
Oh, good. I didn't mean it to be that way, but I'm glad it turned out that way.
What was it you saw that made you?
It was a bird, and it had Christmas on it. I don't know.
Okay,
There was a bunch of them.
No spoilers. I don't want to hear him. This is perfect the way it is in my head.
All right,
now.
then get down there and go see it for yourself. It's Birds of Christmas exhibit at the Hollyhock Gallery. It's in its 35th week this week. Probably be in its 36th next week. Just because I said it's going to be around Christmas, first off, I don't know that for sure. So I can't guarantee that. I don't know. It seems like that would make sense if it's already August. You might as well stay there. But I don't know that for a fact. So it could be gone next week. So get down there.
Do you have to bring a present?
What?
For the birds?
Why you need a present to look at something?
I don't know. It's Christmas.
Just do your sponsor.
Jackie.
What?
That's really something. I really thought I missed that when it was. I guess they say there's no such thing.
I don't know how long it's going to be. You may miss it. Get down there now.
Second chances, but
it makes sense to me that you would just extend it through Christmas. But I don't know if they're doing that or not. I didn't ask them. I went in there and I got $25. And I had to go.
Was it a touring show or wind up at another gallery?
It could. I mean, Murfreesboro ain't got that many galleries, so I don't know where it would move to here.
Well, maybe go, to Smyrna or Lebanon or McMinnville.
Well, Hollyhock, I will say this, is spacious. There's a lot of room in there, and you need it because there's a lot of, again, I couldn't look at them all.
It used to be a Walmart.
Yeah. There was one of the few Walmarts that actually got shut down. I think that's the only one.
Well, they needed to do a bigger one.
Yeah, that one wasn't big enough, yeah. But it's still big. It ain't big enough to be Walmart, but as far as the gallery goes, I ain't never seen a bigger one, probably. Of course, I ain't been in that many galleries over years.
I drive by that, and I can't, that's small for a Walmart. But things change. Time changes all kinds of things.
Small for a Walmart, big for a gallery.
Hollyhock Gallery.
Birds of Christmas.
Jackie, I've got a sponsor that I think you're really going to like.
Well,
Dog Days of Summer, right?
Well, it's hot. It's letting up a little bit, but it's probably going to get worse again. It's hot. There's an Isley tonight. That's his name. Inslee. Inslee.
Mm-hmm.
Hot. That's all they had to say.
Tulsa Gabbard, there is no shelter.
Yeah,
Here come the nukes.
We're in trouble.
There's no shelter.
I'm surprised Yang didn't get a chance. Well, I'll tell you how we're going to get through this global warming, and I'll tell you right now, everybody gets $1,000. How many different ways can you say that in one debate?
He did them all?
Well, if they'd let him talk more, he'd have come up with some more ways. Listen, how many times I got to tell you, everybody getting $1,000. I don't want to hear you complaining anymore. That ain't going to be no issue. You getting $1,000, put that in your pocket.
He was better at that than Inslee was. Like his one issue, the $1,000, he really always brought it back to that.
Right.
Inslee was like, well, we need women. We need to respect women. It should have been like, women will be on fire. We're all going to be on fire.
Yeah, if you like women, if you care about women, this is what you need to do. Get rid of coal.
But Andrew Yang would have been like, he said, give women $1,000.
Yeah, I tell you how to help women out, which, let's be honest, it would help Probably help everybody. I'm not saying I'm endorsing. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying he's good at staying on point. I'll give him that.
I'll take $1,000.
Well, sure, everybody would.
I mean, I could really use $1,000.
I don't know many people who couldn't.
You think he'd give us $1,000 to endorse him?
He gonna give you $1,000 either way. If he becomes president,
if he wins.
If he wins, yeah. So I mean, that's how it works.
I think his $1,000 is safe.
Well, right. Well, yeah.
Jackie, it's hot as hell.
I know it.
It's too hot to eat.
Well,
it's too hot. It's too hot to do all the things I love.
Outside, yeah.
It's too hot to have sex.
All right. I don't want to. Just don't do this.
You ever get too hot to have sex?
No, just shut your mouth. I don't want to talk about that. It's hot. Say that next.
Listen,
move on.
I could stand to hit the gym a couple times. Probably. I'm not in my fighting weight, I'd say. I'm not in the pink. Sometimes I need to lie down on a bed with an air conditioner pulled out of the wall and sit next to my head for about 3 hours, and then it's cool enough to have sex.
All right. Enough. I don't want to hear it. Nobody else does. Enough.
Because it's summertime. Now, in the winter, I'm good to go.
Look, if you got a sponsor, have you got a sponsor or not? I don't want to hear about
are we doing
temperatures and you doing whatever. Yes.
Oh, I got lost in that. Jackie, it's hot as hell, and it's too hot to eat fried chicken. Unless that fried chicken is Mrs. Chicken's ice cold chicken, coldest chicken in town. Friends, Mrs. Chicken's has icy cold chicken, and if you wrap your tongue around that meat and bone, oh, so cold. It's like a tundra in your mouth made of chicken. Finally, some relief. Some chicken relief.
If you want something cold, why wouldn't you just get ice cream? They got dessert down there. That makes sense. We got ice cream. We got popsicles. We got things that are supposed to be cold.
They're biscuits.
Nobody
wants hollowed out and filled with ice.
I don't want to eat that, and I don't want to eat cold gravy either. Sure, cold chicken every now and then is good. Yeah, but that's after I put it in my own damn refrigerator. I don't need
they ain't got no
to make
ice.
It cold for me.
They emptied out the ice trays and filled them with macaroni salad, and now they give you little cubes of macaroni salad.
Nobody wants that.
The gravy is in a tub with a thin layer of ice. Why? You have to stick your fat little fingers through that, hear it cracking like a Jack London story. The ice cracks and your finger plunges into the icy cold gravy depths below. You drag that finger through that ice and gravy up to your mouth. Oh, boy, I feel good now. When did it turn January all of a sudden? Thank you, Mrs. Chickens.
That's the only person I think, or person, the thing that I think would enjoy gravy. You said Jack, Huskies.
Oh, you take a team of Huskies into a Mrs. Chickens, watch out, because they are in their habitat. Because that is some cold-ass chicken. That's some cold-ass mashed potatoes that you pry loose. Frozen clods of mashed potatoes pried loose with your frostbit fingers, drug through that ice gravy.
It's chicken and it's cold. End of story. Are you really trying to sell it? No.
Jackie, that's the beginning of the story because they're like, well, this summer is dragging on and we are all about to have heat stroke. Get on down here to Mrs. Chicken's. This chicken's cold. This macaroni salad's cold. This gravy's cold. These biscuits are hollowed out and filled with ice. But you know what else is cold? This freezer, this porch freezer. Is that what you call it? A porch freezer? I just call it a carport freezer.
Outside freezer.
Outside freezer. Chest freezer. They got one of those. They let you lay down in it, hand you a plate of chicken, shut you up in that freezer. Cold, dark, chicken cold.
I kill you is sitting in a freezer for too long. You got to.
They got teenagers watching.
Well, no, you ain't. Tell little children to get inside the freezer. She's going to get somebody killed.
It's supervised. That's like going to an amusement park. Tell little children to get on a roller coaster to come flying off the tracks. They made it so they don't fly off the tracks. So they have teenagers watching it.
Not going to go get in a freezer anywhere, let alone Mrs. Chicken.
Why do you like to sweat? Why do you like to be miserable?
Why
do you like to get heat blisters?
I like air conditioner. I don't like to lay down in a freezer. Nobody does. That's crazy.
It is one of the best experiences I've ever had in my life. I was stressed out. I was sweating. I was slicked with sweat. The small of my back was slicked with sweat. I was like, I'm never going to cool down enough to have sex like this.
All right.
I was starving. It was too hot to eat. I was horny. It was too hard to fuck.
Shut your... I'm not going to listen to this.
I was stressed out.
Watch your language.
I just wanted some chicken, and I wanted some peace.
Watch your language.
I wanted some icy cold. And I went to Miss Chickens, and they said, you want to try something out for us here? We're just kind of testing it. We need to get one of them boys. Come here. Caden, come here. We need you to watch the chicken eating freezer. Dunlap, get in here. And they had a little step stool. I said, can I take off my shirt? They said, I don't see why not. So I took off my shirt and I laid down. And they had a little lawn chair set up in there. I said, oh, it's cold. They said, yeah, it's a freezer. Here you go. You hungry? Here's some of that cold chicken. I'm already starting to feel better. And they handed me that plate of chicken. I said, all right, lock her down. And they closed that lid on me, and it was dark. And it smelled like chicken. And I put that cold bone and meat on my tongue, and it cooled me off on the inside.
All right.
And what do you call them tanks when you go and it's dark and you lay in it and you float up to the top? Sensory what is that called? It was like that. But I was in a lawn chair in a carport freezer eating cold chicken and ice gravy. I saw visions. All
right.
I communicated.
Enough.
With the Lord. She was beautiful.
Now you're getting blasphemous. I don't want to hear this. They got gold chicken.
I think I time traveled, Jackie, because I went back to a very upsetting time in 4th grade. And I feel like I fixed a harmful event that would haunt me for the rest of my life.
Are you done?
I've relived this in my head several times, but there in the carport freezer,
you go
eating that cold chicken, cooled down,
you
and at
relive
peace
it.
in the bliss.
I don't need to relive it. That's personal.
And I was like, zip up your pants.
What?
Zip them up before you walk in.
Enough.
There. And I did. And I know it could have just been a dream, but it felt real.
All right. Fine. That's Mrs.
It also might have been lack of oxygen, which they're working on. You don't need to stay in there as long as I did. And also, when you start pounding on the inside, they're supposed to open up. But Caden went outside to smoke, so he didn't hear me. But they're testing it. They're testing it. I've had headaches and nosebleeds for a little while.
Fine. Mrs. Chicken's cold chicken. Get in the freezer. Fine. That's your sponsor. Done, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Goodbye, friend. Say
Andrew Yang gave you that. What'd you do with that first $1,000? You get it once a month? Is that what he says? You get the $1,000 a month?
Wait, is that it?
Well, he ain't gonna give it a year. That don't make any sense. So what do you
I
get?
need it a week.
No. He ain't gonna give you $1,000 a week. No,
I got plans for that $1,000.
He gonna give you $1,000 a month. Pay the rent or whatever else or extra money.
That's bullshit. I need $1,000 a week.
No.
I have a lifestyle and a lifestyle brand and an Instagram channel, and I got to fill it with pictures.
What?
Of me in suits.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's a menswear lifestyle, Graham.
No, he gives you $1,000.
That's what I'm going to spend that $1,000 on.
A month. Not he's whatever his plan is. Gives you. It's worked out that nobody misses any money somehow, and everybody gets $1,000 a month, not a week. If you make it a week, it's going to mess his whole
Can I have
thing
yours?
up. Huh?
Can I have yours?
Hell no, you can't have mine. He giving that to me.
Well, somehow I need $3,000 more a month.
Well, you talk to whoever. See if you can con somebody
I'll
else
talk to
out of
Andrew
it.
Yang. Is he in charge of who gets what?
If he become president, so
Well,
no.
why can't he give me $4,000 a month?
No, that's not what he's saying.
Well, I think some people
Look,
deserve more.
let him start at the bottom, work his way up. Maybe he gives everybody $1,000. That goes over so well. He's like, you know what? The country's doing so well, and I appreciate y'all taking that money. I'm going to give you a raise.